wholeness, balance, and love. My name is Brother Rodney, and I welcome and I thank you for joining me today. The conversation at hand I'm going to share real briefly, not going to go too deep on it, but just want to touch on things, actually just trying to get some more practice on this whole vlogging thing, seeing how these videos work out, but just trying to expand my own mind too, because the more I can actually articulate things that I have in the depth of my soul, it really helps it ingrain within my consciousness. So when I meet my fellow brother or sister, I could transmit this message to them and help build them up, and vice versa. So just bear with me. And what I really wanted to talk about was the whole mindfulness and meditation, because this is going to be a big foundation to a lot of my conversations and breaking down the aspect of the complete essence of meditation and mindfulness, but more so on the aspects of what is the difference between the two. Is there even any difference between them, and what do they mean? And learning at this moment a lot from a great teacher currently is really helping me begin to decipher things in a way that I never had before, and to really understand this conversation, I'm gonna just discuss a little bit about mindfulness, because being in the West is taking on a certain craze right now. Not a craze like, it's building up. Corporate world, CEOs are talking about it, hear it on NBC, mainstream TVs. Sorry about the nose pick. You see it on now in hospitals, and the research is building, and a lot of people are buying into it. Whether it's a fad or not, I think it's a good fad, because if people are involved in this kind of fad, it's gonna make a difference. And the mindfulness way I'm going to explain it is from more of a popular individual, which I learned a lot from, not gonna lie. His name is John Kabat-Zinn, has a lot of excellent material, books, talks, and lectures, and he defines it as, this is not verbatim, is being aware of the present moment with acceptance and non-judgment. It's again being aware of the present moment with acceptance and non-judgment, but being aware of intention. And you can look him up online. It's not the exact word, but it goes to that extent. And to me, that's beautiful. Being aware of the present moment, raising your awareness in each moment, and having that acceptance and having that non-judgment towards yourself, holding that compassion, and that is something that I think no matter who you are or where you're at in your life, how great or how not great you think that you may be, will allow you to raise your vibration. Because once we become aware of our actions as individuals, begin to see the things that are serving us and that are not serving us, which begins to reveal the modes of our sufferings and the reason why we are suffering. So when you use these techniques of mindfulness, which go into very, I would say, basic, because they don't touch the whole entire spectrum of what there's possibilities, which I'll talk a little bit about in meditation, it will only take you so far, and it's keys on focus and concentration, acceptance and compassion, and then just realizing and raising your awareness. And I didn't give everything, because my mind is not sharp when I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. But I've done a lot of different studying and reading about it, and it's great. I'm not going to knock it any kind of way at all, and it has its purpose. But when you learn more of the Eastern philosophies, and you learn more about the different techniques that they have used, from Vipassana, from different kind of Taoist meditations and meditations, you see kind of what that is missing. But I know this is only the beginning, because it's going to create a ripple effect. Because eventually someone's going to recognize that I've exited the box of the traditional ways of me expanding my mind. And now I see that they put out another box in a way. And I'll break this down more when I talk about some of the programming that's put on our society. Because that's mindfulness. It's being aware of the present moment. Just being aware of the present moment. But now, when you hear the topic about meditation, it's about being aware. Meditative state is a constant awareness. You hear the guy, Sit Nan Han, and he talks about I don't need to sit down, because everywhere I go, I am aware. I am conscious. That means he's always in that meditative state of mind. He's washing the dishes. He's present. He feels the water. There are no ripples taking place within his mind. He's always in that now. And you hear about some common names like Eckhart Tolle speak about the power of now, and he just pretty much articulated a lot of the Eastern philosophy in a beautiful way that can be receptive by the West. And that's one book that really opened up great doorways in my mind, but only took me so far. And meditation is that state of awareness, is that state of going within and stopping all the ripples in the mind, stopping all of that chatter, So when you understand that aspect, comparing the two, mindfulness, being aware of the present moment with acceptance and non-judgment, doing it with intention. Meditation, a pure state of awareness. And you'll find many different definitions. I'm not saying this is the only one at all, but the ultimate goal when you look at the yoga path and you even look at different other paths is to empty out all the contents of the mind. So if I'm just being aware of the moment, that means I'm still having those ripples within my mind. I'm not reaching that highest state. But when I'm always aware, allowing the monkey mind to be at rest, not allowing the ripples to constantly come inside myself, because you realize that if there is no thought within our mind, how can there be suffering? It is those thoughts that begin to create those feelings and emotions. But to go into that higher state of mindfulness, that higher state of meditation, is to end all the chatter and allow that to be completely empty. And then when you begin to contemplate on that idea and that concept, you'll begin to realize that, yes, mindfulness is like a gateway meditation, like a gateway drug. They say marijuana will lead you to other things like heroin, crack cocaine, which sounds a little crazy to me, but that's what they say. And as mindfulness was for myself, was my gateway meditation, it brought me to a higher state of awareness. But I realized for a good year, I was at a ceiling. And then I went on the Vipassana retreat, which helped me out a lot. So that is just all I'm going to share about that. 'Cause I'm going to go a little bit deeper though, but mindfulness and meditation, understanding the difference between the two. And this is only my perspective. There are many ways across the world, but maybe this might help you come to a deeper awareness, because no matter what path you're walking on, the goal is to reach the highest state within you. And if you could attain that and achieve that from a state of mindfulness, beautiful. But if you're realizing that you're not getting to a place where you're having those moments where the subconscious mind hasn't been reprogrammed, there's still those ripple effects, because you can't stop all the chatter. But you recognize the vibration, the awareness, the frequency begins to change when you're just simply aware and you allow the contents of the mind to dissolve itself. So I hope you enjoy, man. Plenty more to come. This is just me. This is not going to say straight off the top, but these are the things that I contemplate about, and I wish I could share that with more people. So, I have a Instagram page if you want to connect with me more so. I'm not trying to sell you infomercials, but I'm just trying to connect with the people. And that is Soul of Man 13. That is Soul of Man 13. And that's Soul of Man because my last name is Solomon. And Soul of Man, sun and moon, male and female balance, saying how we have both divine principles inside us. That's on Instagram, on Facebook as well, Soul of Man 13. Also, you can find me on Snapchat, Soul of Man 13. And a website is coming soon where I'm going to be sharing ways to connect and having meditations and other things at all. So take care of my beautiful souls, my divine people, wholeness, balance, and love, and do what you can to be more conscious. Expand your mind. Don't believe my word, but take the time to understand and reflect and see what truth resonates with you, because together we could change the world. And how is that? By changing ourselves. Take care, people.